we are talking about HITL, also known as agent handoff or live agents, depending on where you're coming from. And specifically, we're going to be showing you how to use the new in beta Zendesk integration with Botpress. So what this allows you to do, if you are not already aware, is somebody talks to your bot, and then they say they want to talk to a human, and then you do, I guess you're the bot builder, you allow your users to speak to humans in those cases. So, okay, so let me share my screen and let's get started. Okay, so you guys should be able to see my dashboard. Okay, so I have this this bot right here, but I'm going to create a new one just to show you really like almost from scratch how to do it. So I'm going to click create chatbot. Wait a little while. I'm not going to click edit. I like to click close, rename it, because otherwise I have no idea what I just did. As you can see, determined pheasants, tiny clam, ambitious ram. Who knows what these bots really are? Maybe somebody knows from a previous live stream, but I forgot. So I'm going to rename it right now. So I will say live demo Zendesk beta. Okay. And I'm going to click save. All right. I actually don't need the dashes. They're kind of ugly, so I'm going to remove them. That's just me. There is no reason. There is no method to this madness. Much better. Okay. So now we have our bot. I will click edit. And I will click start from scratch. Use template. And we are not going to start from scratch. So Rohan, who is in the chat, has graciously prepared a bot for us to have a look at. And I'm going to import it. So I'll click this, click import, import this, pick his bot. Okay, so we have this bot right here. I'm not going to go over it real, but just to show you real quick what it does. It basically shows you the features of HITL/Zendesk. And we're going to try all of them. So click new conversation. But first we need to set it up. So we have our bots. I can publish it now, but I'll have to publish it again. So might as well publish it now. I'm going to go back to here. And under integrations, I am going to click browse in hub and click Zendesk right here. And then here I'm going to click the install to live demo Zendesk. Now it says go to bot. I'm going to do that. Okay, and now we request three things. So the first is the organization subdomain. In my case, I used this Botpress T. Don't ask me why T. It's a letter of the alphabet. And I'm going to copy this right here. And I'm going to paste it here. Then the email is going to be your own email. I'm not even sure if it matters, but the only thing I think it matters for, well, in production it will matter obviously, but in practice, the thing that it will matter for, I believe, is you cannot use that email to contact yourself. So just be wary of this, because later on we'll have to include the email when contacting someone on Zendesk. And then the API token. Now this is the part that's a little bit more tricky. So I'm going to go back to Botpress team. And I'm going to click this gear icon, admin. And then there is something called an admin center. So click that. Let's open something. Then I'm going to click apps and integrations here. And Zendesk API right there. Okay, you can see I already have a few tokens, but you're going to have none of them. So you would just click add API token like this. And to copy it. I'll give it a description. So live demo desk video. I'll use the same name, copy it, save, paste this here, save configuration. And don't forget to toggle this. It's kind of grayed out, so you don't really see it. There you go. Okay, let's go back. Uh, I'm gonna go to my app here. Now, like if I hit publish now it will add Zendesk. So let's try this. I'm gonna click publish. While we're publishing it, like HITL, just to show you. By default, it's enabled in this bot. And we're going to look at the settings just a little bit later. Okay. So now that it's published, I'm going to click share. We're not going to need this anymore. So close it. And here, I mean, if you guys are not familiar with Zendesk, the important part is here, right here. Your views, this is where you see tickets that are coming in and where you can answer tickets. You also have tabs here, but we'll see that later. Okay, so I'm gonna click chatbots. So in theory, should it work? There is a little problem with this bot, but I left it in because I think almost everybody's gonna have this issue. If you don't follow the instructions exactly. So I'm just gonna show you. So I'm gonna say hi. It's gonna show me the options. I'm gonna click start HITL. Start HITL just basically it starts the flow of talking with an agent. And there's an error, so it tries it again. Wait a second, this is a different error. Okay, so I think there's an error, so going back. It's just not showing it to us in production. So the problem here is you need to provide a name and an email for sure. So for this to work, and we have two inputs here in this case, just raw inputs that ask for the name and for the email. So I'm going to put both in the start HITML, HITL. I'm going to put them here. The order doesn't matter. The important thing is this start HITL function, or card, I should say, expects your user to have the email properties and the name properties. So I'm going to click publish. We'll try it again. Another thing, when you're like developing this, you probably want to restart your conversations all the time. To do that, just go back to your integration, web chat, and then here, just make sure to allow user to delete conversation. It's just easier to debug. Okay, so this is saved. It's published. Let me refresh because it doesn't live reload. I cancel, delete the conversation, and start over. And now it's live demo, but it should work. There you go, name. Oh no, well, we haven't gotten to that part. So my name is Patrick. And you know what the heck? I'll show you when it fails as well. So don't do this. If you do this, this is what I did the first time because I'm just used to typing my email. But it will just error out like this. So don't do that. Instead, type any other email, fictional or not. I can use my name. The name doesn't matter. You can try exactly the same name or completely different. You can even just use a different email like this on the same domain. That's fine as well. So now it says waiting for an agent. I am going to go back to Zendesk and I should be able to see it here. Oh, this is earlier. I'm just going to delete this. Oh, did I say my name was... Oh, I said it was just Patrick, but it is not appearing here. Did I forget something? Oh. Intriguing. How did it figure this out? So we have the right flow. Well, this is demoing beta software. Uh, did I mention my name anywhere here? Okay, so I'm wondering if it extracted it from my name requester. Or it might be because I wrote that my name was Patrick Hanlon before. Oh, I think that's what's happening. Because I tried this example earlier. Uh, okay, so let's just test this theory out here. So just to be clear, I think what happened was because I gave it a name, let's just call myself Patrick Hungry. Um, I already gave a name to the email, so I think it created that person inside of Zendesk, and then when it got the email, it reused that. So let's call this 123@gmail.com. Waiting for an agent. So I'm gonna go back, go here. Okay, so you see Patrick Hungry is there, and we can see the conversation here. And if we say, yes, you're hungry, I don't know what to say here. Just imagine this is a serious conversation with one of your users. And here we can reply, I indeed. All right. I'm kind of getting hungry now that I'm talking about it. We should be able to see the answer here. Indeed. There you go. Okay. That's basically the flow of it working. And I'm going to delete the conversation. And just to test out my theory from earlier, I'm going to reuse this email, but just give it different username. So Patrick satiated. So I'm not hungry. 123@gmail.com. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so I am predicting that in Zendesk it will still be Patrick Hungry. Dun, dun, dun. There you go. Okay. So what we do is we create a contact. And there you go. That's what happens. So we have Patrick Hungry here as a contact in two different escalations. We're provided the same email. This is what we use to identify users, or rather, what Zendesk uses to do so. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, I'm going to restart the conversation and have a look at the other pieces of functionality of this Zendesk integration. Okay, so let's start with create a ticket. So what is the difference between start HITL and create a ticket? Start HITL is for communicating live with a person, and creating a ticket is, do you want to like you don't have to have live chat to use this. If you have people using Zendesk in your team to handle support issues and you just want to make it more convenient for people to create them, you could add that to your bot. So here was the subject of the tickets, hunger, staying in theme. Comments to the tickets, it's nearing noon. Okay. And now here, what we did, this is obviously not a very good bot response, but this is just a demo bot to show you guys how HITL works. So here we have this flow where we ask our questions, we create the ticket. Hello. That is intriguing. Okay. I'm going to create a new standard node like this. And I'm going to add this just to show you, because there's a bug right now, so I can't really show it to you. is it? Where is it? Let's see. Do I have to refresh? Oh, I think I forgot to refresh. Yes. Ah, there you go. Okay, that was the problem. I forgot to mention this. So when you add the integration, make sure to refresh here. Otherwise, you can't see the Zendesk related things. So close this. Uh, and go back to create a ticket. So here we ask two questions and then we respond with this. So what I wanted to show you is the two questions. We put them here and here. The username and user email, we set them before. And then we store the output value in workflow.tCreated, which you can call whatever you want. And then we're just outputting it here correctly, just so you can see. This is the output. It's basically the JSON output of this. Jer Alak, sorry if I mispronounced. I think we can set up integration notifications. It shouldn't be too much of an issue. So for your agents, basically, if they are working with Zendesk, I think Zendesk take should be responsible for that. So you could probably connect Zendesk with Slack or Teams or whatever you're using, and say whenever there's a new message, like notify me. Or they probably have an app that you can use to do that. Otherwise, I'm going to show you something later. But I think for the most part, keeping things simple. If you want notifications on a ticket, you can directly use the ticketing platform. In this case, Zendesk. Okay, so that's the output of that. So we can see we created a ticket with a some kind of ID, and the information that we passed was passed here. And this is the more bot-friendly response. And now we ask a second question. So pick a card. I will click Get Ticket. And I'll provide ticket number 25 because that's the one we just created. This is more if you're developing an app, then you might want to do this, like especially if like you have a table and you have all the ticket numbers for the user. Maybe you can iterate over those, get the ticket status when someone is talking, try to figure out what's the latest status on that. And you can also get the conversation. Again, I will pick 25. So for instance, I'm just going to show you a quick breakdown between these two. So you see, oh, I think this one didn't work though. There might be a bug on this, but we don't see the actual messages of the conversation. But if you want to see the status, get ticket just works. It will tell you your status. New is just something that's Zendesk related. All right, and the final one is close ticket. I'll just press 25. And this closes the ticket here. Right, so if I go to 25, like this, I should be able to open it, but it should be closed. Oh, there you go. So it says closing ticket 25. Okay, perfect. Now, that's it for all the cards that we have for the moment. I'm not sure if we wrote in the docs about, so we have one feature that's a work in progress, which is identifying which agents are online. I don't know. I don't have a timeline on when we're going to release that, but that's upcoming. And the final thing I wanted to show today was not the hooks, but it's related to the hooks. So agents, when you open agents here and you open HITL, you have a lot of settings. So I just want to go over them really quickly. The first one is this. We only have Zendesk for the moment. The queue timeouts, you can set it to whatever time you want. And this is what do you want to happen when an agent hasn't answered in a while? You can set it to 1 just to try it. And I'm going to skip a few things here, and you have on timed out waiting for agent. If you click edit code, you see we have a function here with text. You don't really need to understand the code to make this work, but you can write whatever you want. You can write like your, oh my God, my humor today. You're all alone. No agents wants you. Don't write that. Be nice. But this is my live stream, so I'll have to. So I'm gonna refresh. Let's wait for it to finish publishing. These changes require publishing. It's refresh. I don't think I needed to refresh though for this. I just wanted to reset the conversation. Let's click start HITL. I have to provide a name. 123@gmail.com. Okay, and now we're gonna make this person because obviously this is not a person. Anybody who has a 123@gmail.com is not a person, except that person. Okay, so let me go back here. So in about a minute, we should message very, very negative message right here. And I'm gonna show you the other parts until then. So here we have intent to cancel HITL. So by default, we have cancel like this. And I don't know if you know this, but we have library here. We have these global intents. And basically, if somebody says something similar to this, it will basically kick the user out of the conversation in a way. Well, he will kick himself out of the conversation. So it's just a way to change this. If you wanted to, you could. I don't know why, but no good use case comes to mind right now. But maybe they want to talk to an agent, but they also need to do something else. Like I gotta jump, I gotta drive, can't talk right now, something like that. Maybe it's like an audio app and like somebody's driving and they can't talk. So like you can change this to whatever you want. You can create a new intent and use that as well. But go back to agents. Did we get a message? Oh, there you go. You're all alone. No agent wants you. There you go. That's legitimate. So I'm gonna go back to HITL. So that's the queue. This is the cancel. The cancel actually try to get. I'm just gonna show it to you. Let's see. I'm just gonna write. I'm not gonna just write cancel. I will cancel now. You have canceled the escalation. There you go. Now, this string right here, you can also change it. And it's on user canceled right here. But you have canceled the escalation, so you can change this to something else. Then the next thing is the transcript context. So this is what we send to the user when we create a conversation. So let me open. You see what's here? That's simply what's there. So you could remember, be nice to the user. The user pays for your meals, right? You can write whatever you want in here, and then it will be passed. It will be passed here, including variables, I believe. So let me just try workflow. Can we do? Yeah, okay. You can pass anything from workflow. So if you have some funky variables, so for instance, if your bot asks a bunch of questions before sending the user to the agent, so for instance, if you want to know if they have a problem with their product, and then if so, which product is it? And you want to send that to the user. So because I mean it's a waste of time for a human to ask this. You could ask these questions before passing to the agent. So you could have something like I can show it to you actually. Why not? So I am going to, I'm not going to ask the user, I'm just going to set it. So create a variable called product name, and I will set, oops, no, it's text. I will execute codes, and I'll say set a product name to keyboard with loud keystrokes. Okay, wonderful. Some bugs here. Thankfully, I know how to program it, and I think it's actually faster to just do it like this. Probably equals. Okay. Click close, delete this, move this. Oops. Delete. Move. Okay. And now HITL here. Now write product name is workflow. Typing too fast. Product name. Uh, okay, that's because I've never had the conversation. That's why it says that. You know, I think it will work. Then we have on waiting for agent. When I click edit code here, just you can just send a message. The one that I thought was interesting here that you might want to change is by default are on agent assigned. It says you are speaking with the agent name and the agent email. So if you go here, and we don't have a ticket right now, let me create one real quick. Hi. Click start HITL. So when the user cancels, how would you direct them to another node or workflow? That is a good question. I think what I would do I have access to the event here? Uh, let's see right here. On user canceled, do we have the event? Workflow? We have workflow. Okay. So what we could do probably, let's just try it. Now close true. All right. Now I'm gonna try this. I'm trying a bunch of things, so if something fails, I won't know. Cancelled. I'm gonna make this a Boolean. Uh, uh, and then here at the end, I'm going to display. Should I just display? Let me move this a little bit. Be a bit small. And zoom in. All right. So, go to log. I want to display because we're in production. So I will go for text. And I'll do its workflow. Cancel is cancel. Otherwise, not cancelled. Let's try this. If it's canceled, it's canceled. Yes. Okay. And then in our agent here, I think this should do the trick. Publish. I click delete. So just to be clear, the question was, when a user cancels, how do we basically handle it? So I'm just trying to set a variable within the hook, and it's published. So let's try it out. Let's see what happens. Okay. There you go. That's how you can do it. So you can just set variables within the HITL agent within these, like this, edit code. So you set variables and you handle it outside of the HITL agent. That's basically how you do it. Am I missing something? Oh, yes, I wanted to show you product name. So let's see. It was canceled. Can be here. Nope, nope, no, 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 no. Where does it show if it's canceled though? I am not sure. Refresh. Okay, I'm gonna like not cancel it this time. Start HTML. Whoa, what happened there? Pick a card. This is not the module, it's the bot, the example bot that we used. Patrick. 1, 2, 3. Call. Okay, waiting for an agent. And we should be able to see it here. Okay, there it is. And okay, there you go. Product name, keyboard with loud keystrokes. And remember, be nice to the user, use your base free meals. Okay, so this has been demonstrated, cancel has been demonstrated. I think I showed pretty much everything I wanted to show. Here, just you don't need to present the agent email. I'm not sure why we did that. I think we could just write it like this. You are speaking with Patrick. That would be sufficient. Otherwise, like your agents could get spammed by their users. Oh yes, I wanted to show you though. However, if you do just reply, it doesn't actually show that message. For it to show that particular message, so this one right here, you actually need to assign it. So if I do this, oh, it timed out. If I did this, it would show instead of you're all alone, no agent wants you. It would say you're speaking with Patrick, and it would show my email. And I think that's about it. Any questions? I think I answered everything in the chat already related to HITL. Oh, let's see. Yeah, that's about it. So remember, this is beta software. Yes, we're gonna post it on YouTube tomorrow. Uh, so we really welcome all feedback that you have. Have fun with it. Probably not a good idea to use it in production this week, but with the feedback that we get, we're gonna improve it, and hopefully, we're gonna get there soon. All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to this. Next week, uh, I will keep up the work that I was doing for the past 2 or 3 weeks with the bot that I was building, and we'll see as we go from there where we're going to go next. All right. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.